Welcome to Modern Musings, conversations with the maiden, mother, and crone, looking at ourselves and the world through the lens of the 21st century. Hello, everyone, and we are back this week with a pretty awesome topic. I'm here with my co-hosts, Cindy Murray and Kristen Hessler.
Hello. And who are you?
Oh, I'm Amber Garvin.
Not for long, though.
No.
Not for long.
Oh.
Wait,
Yeah,
when does this air?
this is on the 6th.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not for long. I'm about to get married like next week. So anyway, we have a fun topic today.
We're all confused. Sorry.
I know.
We took a break from recording.
Yeah, we've got a great topic today. We're talking about themed playlists.
I love themed playlists.
I love playlists.
Right, playlists are the best.
It's like the mixtape, but it's so much easier to get nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. But man, that was the funnest thing when I was a kid, was making a mixtape.
Oh, yeah.
Like a tape.
Yes.
Not a CD, but a tape.
And it was either like culling through your favorite albums or whatever
yeah.
to create something, or like I often did, sitting and listening to the radio
Yeah, the
and waiting for
radio,
your
yeah.
favorite song to come on and record it and get all your favorite songs on this one mixtape. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then, CDs came out and came in a little bit easier, and that used to be like a zen thing that I would do, would be putting the perfect songs together, making the perfect mix CD.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, it's not as, I think it's still fun, but it's not, I guess, as fun to me making them digitally. But themed playlists are pretty fun, especially if you have like a goal and an idea of what you want your playlist to be. So
I could see where you say it's not as fun anymore because you can add and take away
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
on a playlist.
Once
you
it's on the
decide you get
CD,
tired,
it's there.
It's permanent. So you had to
you had to listen to that playlist
on
the
the
way
CD,
it was.
it
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to perfectly pick, and I don't want to waste a CD because once you burn it, it's like forever.
Right.
Yeah.
And on tapes, you could always go back and re-record over it, but it would get really messy and warped after a while. So, and with the recording on the radio, it was like,
You never knew when that song was going to play again.
right. And it was kind of like, the DJ's talking during the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and record it anyways, though, because I don't know if I'll get a better one later.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I those things, I liked doing those, but I really, really love having a digital playlist, like my Spotify or my iTunes, on my phone, whatever, because it's so much easier. I have more access to more songs. And sometimes making those playlists has introduced me to songs that I'd never heard before, even because I might be looking for songs on a theme. Like when we took our road trip this summer, I went looking we knew we were going to have a full moon while we were on our trip. So I went looking for songs about the moon. And I found all these songs that I never would have thought of.
Songs about the summer. You had
I had songs about the summer.
A playlist for songs about the summer.
I had a road tripping around Texas playlist. And because they were on Spotify, I just have access to those songs, and I could just add whatever songs I wanted to. I didn't have to buy songs. I didn't have to wait for it to show up on the radio. I didn't have to cull through my own collection. They were just there. And I found a lot of really cool things to put on those playlists. And I still have those playlists, and I can listen to them whenever I want.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to go, I need this tape, so I'm
Right.
going to record over it.
Right. I used to do that too. Yeah. or you'd get mad at a song, or maybe you made a song of love songs for your boyfriend and you broke up. Well, you don't want to listen to those songs anymore. So there goes that tape, but I don't know. I like it. I've got a lot of different playlists for a lot of different things, but I spent a couple of days putting those two or three playlists together for that road trip. And I had so much fun just doing that. The act of making the playlist was equally as much fun as listening to it in the car while we were driving. Yeah.
I want to say like so you made a playlist, was that their most recent playlist that you've made, or what recent ones have y'all made?
I have some meditation ones that I've done, but I think they're actually already curated on Spotify. I did do a little playlist about a week or two ago because, well, no, it was longer ago than that. We went to a Peter Gabriel concert in October, and it really reminded me how much I love Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush. And so I went and made a playlist of those songs to listen to on our cruise. And then, of course, when we got on the cruise, my iPod didn't work.
That is so funny because I remember when I was like 13, I think it was when we were moving to Dallas. Before you packed up all the CDs, you had me take Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush, and who's the other one? Oh my gosh, can't think of her name. But anyways, it was another female artist that you listened to around that time. And you had me turn those CDs into cassettes so we could listen to them in the van.
Car on our way, on our drive to Dallas. Yeah.
So it wasn't a mixtape, but it's funny that it's both of those because I remember making those and I was like, dang, these are pretty good artists. I think I'm going to make myself a tape.
Right. Yeah. So it was really cool going to that concert. Like I said, it just reminded me how much I loved that music. So, before the road trip, one of the things I've been doing for the last few years is whenever I set up my one little word, whatever my word is for the year, I try to find songs that go with my word. So, like this past year, my word has been light. So I found all kinds of songs that, involve the word light or sun or shine or bright, anything related to that. And last year I had a now playlist, and those are good reminders to me, to keep working my word and and they're usually upbeat songs or kind of emotional songs. So, they work into whatever it is I'm shadow working with that word. So it's very helpful to me.
So my recent one that I've created was called Beautiful and Calm. And I think it only has one song on it right now. It does.
Is it Beautiful and Calm?
It is. It's actually the theme song for the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power show. And actually, I think I ended up adding it to another playlist because I have one that's TV series, music.
Oh, yeah.
Outlander. And
I have an Outlander playlist.
Right. And so,
because I love that music.
I'll add, a lot of, the TV shows because, I really like the music from The Last Kingdom and Outlander. And so I always add those to, a playlist if I really like the song. I'll go listen to the whole album and I'll pick the ones that I like and add those to a playlist. And the other one that I have right now is kind of an ongoing. So the thing for me with the playlist is I just realized I don't need to have a whole bunch of playlists. I could just have one or two because I'm one of those weirdos that likes to listen to the same 10 songs over and over again. Until I'm just okay, that was the 1,000th time, I'm done, and I want to listen to something new. And so now I just have like one playlist every year that's my favorite songs
Oh yeah,
of the
okay.
year.
Mm-hmm.
So 2023, good stuff.
I do something similar sometimes too, because like whatever the modern, or I say modern, the recent songs that come out that are just like really
Yeah,
vibing
that's
with me.
exactly what
I have
that is.
I have one called New Editions, and I'll set it's an iTunes playlist, and it's a smart playlist. So I just tell it to pick songs from this date to this date. And it'll
Okay.
just fill it up with whatever songs come out, and I can turn songs off if I don't want to listen to them or whatever. And I'll just cycle through those for a while. And then after those songs get old or I get new songs, then I'll just kind of shift the dates a little bit. And that works really good too for just like general listening.
I want to say like my playlists are more about like eras in my life. Taylor Swift, but it's just I have like an indie music playlist, and then I have like a emo music playlist.
Yeah, I
and
definitely have that. And I only put like songs that came out around the same time in that playlist.
yeah, and then I have like I have two different. My favorite band is called May, and I have two different playlists involving May. And then I have one that's like every like couple of years I'll listen through my list of songs that I've accumulated on my Apple Music, and I'll move the ones like, oh, I want to listen to that one again, to like a playlist. And then once I get through like my list of songs off Apple Music, then I'll listen to that. I want to listen to again songs, and then I'll narrow it down again. Ones that I want to listen to even more. And then I usually will narrow all of that down to about, I don't know, 50 or so songs.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be like my songs of the moment.
Yeah. I have a playlist that I made, oh man, probably like 10 years ago. It's called Chicks Only. Only female singers.
I have one called Boss
Mm-hmm.
and it's all like confident female empowerment songs.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was actually while you were talking, I was just counting my iTunes playlists only.
Uh-huh.
I have 84 playlists.
Oh my goodness. I think you win on the playlist. I think I might have 10.
I have everything
less.
from workout songs to one called Sad Sad Sad. So if I want to
Oh my God, I have one of those too.
if I want to make myself cry, I will listen to that one because it's all the sad songs. I have one called Road Trip Quiet, and it's like it's the kind
Well,
of stuff you
okay.
listen to when it's raining and you're driving, because it's a
'Cause
different.
you want to fall asleep and crash.
No, but it's just a different vibe, when you're
Yeah.
when you're
Rainy
driving in
day
the rain.
vibe songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of a
okay.
rainy day vibe song. But I have a regular road trip one that's just like all the songs I want to sing along to or whatever.
Yeah.
Like and our requisite Four Non Blondes and Bohemian Rhapsody, and things like that. So but I just have so many different ones. They're just I don't know why. I gather them in little collections, and when I feel that need, that when I want to feel that vibe, or and some of those, like you were talking about, you have collections by eras.
Yeah.
I have one that's all 70s music. I have one that's all 80s music. I have one that's all country music. I have one that's I have multiples that are Christmas music.
Yeah.
One that's like all of my Christmas music, and then one that's like pop Christmas music and one that's like classical Christmas
Yeah.
music. And
Yeah, I do have like a couple of different Christmas music
Yeah.
ones. Like I have one that's all instrumental Christmas music.
yeah.
And then I have one that's just like free for all Christmas music. And then I have a playlist that's like all my favorite songs from musicals
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because that's like a mood in itself. Like
Soundtracks,
a vibe.
movie
Yeah,
soundtracks.
movie soundtracks.
Yeah,
I do
but
have.
that's different than just like musicals, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like movie soundtracks.
Uh-huh.
Like I have one on my YouTube for my classroom, like a chill classroom vibe
Okay.
playlist.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's
Like that lo-fi.
yeah,
kinda,
the lo-fi chill
Yeah.
music, and then I also have like a creepy chill music for my classroom that if I'm in the mood, I'll play that.
I have some Halloween stuff on mine that are like,
You can like it's weird like that kind of music, like the creepy Halloween music, really calms kids. I don't know why.
Who knows? Who knows? Who can understand kids? Their brains are wired backwards, right? No. Yeah, I love playing with different playlists, and I will just from time to time come up with something else, some little niche that I want music for cruising, sitting on my balcony on a cruise, and it'll be just like kind of, I don't know, tropical music or something, and I just have all kinds of stuff, and I like it that way. It's it just sets the mood for whatever I'm doing. And I feel really lost if, like, on our cruise back in October, I got off on the cruise and I had all these playlists that I'd set up on my iPod, and then I got off on the cruise and didn't have any way to listen to my iPod because I didn't bring any regular headphones.
Oh, yeah, because you got the old school iPod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and all I had was my AirPods, which only work on my phone. And
Oh,
'Cause
your
I don't have
music's not on-
Bluetooth.
and it's not on the cloud, huh?
no,
Dang.
yeah.
Yeah, see, like, I don't have
Well, and I
music
didn't
on
have
my
cloud
phone. It's
access
all
either.
on-
I didn't have
Oh.
internet. I had not, because I have Spotify and I had.
ran into that problem, too, because I have, like, all my music's on the cloud, and then I have some stuff that's downloaded to my phone, but not all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go and tell it to play a song, and then it would get stuck on that song because I wasn't sure, like which ones were on my phone or not. I was just like,
Oh,
play
yeah.
something, and then it would just get stuck. That was really sucky,
Yeah.
not having access, Even on my playlist, not all the songs in a playlist were there.
Mm-hmm.
So even
Yeah.
if I like cultivated this perfect playlist, if I didn't download all those songs
Right.
to my
That's
phone,
what happened to me. I
yeah.
had my laptop and I had my phone, and I downloaded my playlist, my Spotify playlist, onto my laptop, but I only did 2 of the playlists. And so I could listen to those 2, but only on my laptop, not on my phone, because I didn't download it to my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then my phone has a playlist on it, but it's all in the cloud, and I didn't have cloud access. And then I had my iPod that had all the music on it, but I had no way to connect to the iPod because it's an old USB thing, so it doesn't connect to my new computer. It has a regular headphone jack, and I didn't have any headphones, so it was just like I had no music. I had all these playlists, and I couldn't listen to any of it. It was very frustrating. But oh well,
Man,
first world
technology.
problems.
I know, it's like the more technology is, the more
It
complicated
is. It is. But like I say, I had a lot of fun creating the playlists. I just had to listen to them later. So yeah.
I mean, you've kind of inspired me to make a one little word playlist for 2024.
I love my little my one little word ones. My light one is actually, I was going to look really quick and see if I can see how long it is. It's hard to reach way over there. It is how many songs are on here? 91 songs.
Oh,
It's
wow.
6 hours worth of music. And it has everything from Dolly Parton's Light of a Clear Blue Morning, David Gilmour's Blue Light, John Denver's Sunshine on My Shoulders, Lumineers In the Light. I'm just trying to think. The Rolling Stones Shine a Light, Black Keys Shine a Little Light. I mean, like I said, it's just like everything.
You
It's
should
just
add
all over the place.
the May song "Sun" to it.
I may have that one on there. I may have a May song. Sorry. Like I said, there's 91 songs on there. So, and they're all so different, but because of the word, they just really imbibe the feeling of that word. So like, Paul Simon, Love is Eternal Sacred Light. That really says something about my word, and so everything, it just works really, really cool. Beginning to See the Light by the Velvet Underground. Ray of Light by Madonna. It's a totally eclectic list. And I do like it a lot. My Now one was not quite so long. I think it had about 20 songs on it. I probably could have found more, but I just kind of stopped there. And when I make the list, I do listen to the lyrics. I don't go just by the name of the thing. I listen to the song and make sure it has the feel, the vibe that I want, but also that the lyrics are in flow with what my word is for that year. So, I wouldn't put something up about red light, hookers on a light thing, so.
Oh, I'm like, what?
She's over here sleeping.
No.
Red light hookers, what?
I know, right?
But
like,
I mean, there are songs that I have to call out because they just aren't appropriate for my word.
right.
But otherwise I try to keep a big list of them. If I
looked
can.
at mine. That's why I was
were
listening, but I was also looking. I had 28 songs on my Rise playlist. And I didn't make one this year, like, for my word, because my word was enjoy. And I was like, I'm not going to make a playlist. I'm just going to make playlists. And
enjoy them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
And actually, that was one of my things is I was like, I kind of like stopped listening to music.
You say that, but every Sunday when we're Zoom calling our planner session, you always have your music on.
I know, but it's like it's just there. I'm not like actively listening.
Oh, yeah.
I remember sitting in my room, just laying on the floor, staring at the ceiling, listening to my music.
I used to do that when I was young.
Listening.
Yeah, when I was a teenager.
And I feel like the older I've gotten, the less I do that.
I really only listen to it in the car. Sometimes I'll lay in bed and listen to it. But yeah, I really only listen to music in the car. That's one of my most favorite things to do is drive and listen to music.
I tend to listen, and I don't do it as much when I drive, except when I'm driving long distances, like traveling. In the car, in the city, I like to have the news on because I want to hear where the wrecks and stuff are. And that's my source of news. So I listen to the radio. But except on the weekends because there's no news. It's all paid advertising. But I tend to listen to my playlists when I'm exercising, meditating, or working. Like if it's something monotonous that I'm doing, I'll put music on to keep me at a pace. When I'm cleaning out the garage or cleaning out a cabinet or something.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's like just having it in the background. It's not like,
but it's not in the background. I am actively listening to it to keep me on pace. So and like exercising or whatever, same thing. It is part of that experience. I don't tend to just turn it on as background music though. Or I mean as background noise. Because I don't know why. I don't know. Amber's looking at her lists.
I am. Yeah, I was just looking at the ones that I had because, like, Kristen was. Yeah, like I said, mine's like I have like a whole like dubstep playlist on here.
Oh yeah,
And,
there's like multiple lists for the electronic music.
Yeah, that's
It's
like
not just techno anymore. Like I remember back in the day, it was like I made
It
a
was
mix
like
CD and it was like techno.
techno.
And it
Now
was
it's like
ooh, I
there's
have 12
all
songs.
sub-genre of
Yeah.
like those.
You know what? We were talking about that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
Mom
we
was
were.
like, "Why are there all these genres?" And it's just like,
Well, it's like metal music, all of the
Oh, there's
sub-genres of metal music.
Oh, yeah.
huh.
And it's just like, it's metal, but now there's like black metal and
Death metal.
and
New metal,
folk metal,
Yeah.
hair
oh,
metal,
I love folk metal.
and it's just like, yeah, okay. It's just like the human need to put things in.
To label.
Yeah,
label,
label and put them in little
Categorize,
boxes.
put them in little boxes.
I
Yeah.
think when you go like, ooh, I really like this style. It's like we were talking about the Beatles earlier today. There's like different styles within that one band.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you like a certain style, it's easy to navigate and find more of it. Now that music is so accessible with your fingertips and it's not just alphabetically organized by genre, I can just go in and like go, well, I really like this band, and Apple or Spotify or
We'll give
whatever
you
can
suggestions
send
to go.
me
Yeah.
more of stuff.
More of
that's
that.
And
very
yeah, Apple will
similar.
auto play that
Yep.
stuff too. Like, if I'm like, oh, I want to listen to this band, and once they finish the CD, then Apple will just auto play
Something
similar music,
Right.
and I'm like, oh,
Oh, and
man,
that's what I said.
I don't have that song.
Because of my playlists, I have discovered other things. Like I have a Outlander themes playlist, and it's like all the albums from the Outlander soundtracks, and I've highlighted all the songs that I really like. And when it gets through playing those, it'll just start recommending stuff. So I found, because of that, an artist called Celtic World Orchestra. I never would have heard of them before, except that I was listening to the Outlander themes. And so I have a whole lot of, and Bear McCreary, who was the artist who wrote the Outlander themes. Then I found him because of that, and found other things that he had written. And actually it was kind of weird because there were other things he had written that I liked, like the Battlestar Galactica theme and some other things.
The new Battlestar.
The new one. Yes, the new version. I say new. It's like 20 years old now, but
Right, but not the
newer-
one that's 50 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, and so there's a lot of different things like that I've found, just because of Spotify or Apple Store, Apple iTunes finding things for me. And I do like that too. And it's really funny because I remember back in the 90s, there were all these commercials on TV. What if you could have every song that was ever written right at your fingertips? And we're like, what? And I think it was, I think it was an advertisement for streaming services when they first started or something.
Napster.
No, I don't know what it was, because there was also,
Sirius Radio.
it might have been Sirius Radio, but there was also another one that went with it that was, what if you could watch every movie or you could read every book? So it might have been an Amazon thing. I don't know. But it was like this guy comes into a truck stop or something, and he's, they're talking about he could have every movie he could ever want to watch. It was right there at his fingertips. And it's like, well, it kind of is that way now, because
It
because
really
of
is.
Amazon and Netflix and Apple iTunes, anything you want to watch, it's pretty much out there. You just,
Yeah.
you have to pay for it, but it's out there.
And
So,
you don't have to hear it on the radio, which is so like narrowed down to which producers or whoever wants to pay. The record company wants the
the radio station to play this
it.
this song,
Right. And
so
so you're getting spoon fed like the same 10 songs every day over
Yeah.
and over again. You don't have to do that anymore. And actually, I think that's probably why I kind of chilled it on the playlist. Like, I don't try to categorize my music as much into like the various playlists, because the MP3s that I have at my disposal that I own are just, dime in the bucket compared to all the ones available because I have Apple Music subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And there already is a playlist. There is
Right.
already like a country acoustic guitar Christmas playlist of pop music covers, genre.
2000s emo
Right.
playlist
Right, yeah,
or whatever.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a Mariah Carey Christmas playlist. You don't even have to make one. It's there.
Right.
So
I like that in some ways, and there are on my Spotify I have quite a few of those that are cultivated playlists from other people. But I mean, like, if I was making a Christmas playlist, that stupid Mariah Carey stuff would be the first thing off of it,
right.
Sorry, Mariah, you have a great voice. I can't stand that couple of songs that they play ad nauseum. And so, All I Want for Christmas or whatever. Yeah, I'm just over it. So, I like being able to cultivate my own playlist
Right.
at the same time, but having access to every song that I do want. So I spent a lot of time and money in the early days of MP3s, in the early days of Napster and LimeWire and
Share Bear.
whatever, and downloading my CDs onto my laptop to cultivate my iTunes on my old ancient computer here has 4,600 songs on it. And that's not, I haven't even tapped all the things that are on my wish list that I never bought because I just kind of started switching over to Spotify.
Yeah.
So, my new computer, I use Spotify more than anything because I can just go grab it and listen to it
I
that
have
way.
no idea how many songs are on my phone.
I-
My iTunes. I
Well,
don't know.
and this isn't even all of my CDs dumped in there. It's only the ones that I really wanted to listen to over and over and over again. So,
I wonder how you find that out. Oh, I wanted to say though, like,
Just
could
go
you
to your
imagine
music.
having that job and working for Apple and being a playlist maker?
that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Because you were talking about like how the joy of actually doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
those people.
Well,
like,
a lot of those playlists, though, are actually user shared playlists, especially like at Spotify. But even the
True,
iTunes, people would cultivate their playlists and they would share it.
right, but a lot of them now are like
Oh,
ones
yeah.
that Apple has
Right.
created because they want you to buy those songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For
Unless
sure, for sure.
or to subscribe to Apple Music. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what's your next playlist gonna be?
Oh, well, like I said, I was inspired by Cindy. I think my next playlist is going to be for my one little word coming up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably start working on that
I don't
soon.
know. My word's gonna be pause. The only thing I can think of is that
Can't stop the feeling.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of the Aerosmith song, "Just Push Play." That's the
Oh.
only song I can think of, and
But-
I'm like, that doesn't have to do with pause.
You
the
could
opposite.
you could use other words. And here's one of the things that I do when I'm making my playlist for my one little word is like I write down a list of all the words that are adjacent to that word
And then go look 'em up.
before I start looking for songs. So for like I said, for light, I had light, and then I would look in the thesaurus and find words that related to that: light, bright, shine, sun, glow, beam, all these things. And then I would just do a search for that word. I would just put that word in my search on Spotify or whatever and just go through and add everyone that I like to my playlist. So it's really not hard. And it's a lot easier on like a service like Spotify or Apple Music or something like that than it was back in the past when I had to go find the songs, research the song, make sure it was the song I wanted, and then go buy and download the song,
Or
because that was
find
what
a
I used to have to
CD
do.
or something like
Yeah,
that. Good
right.
Lord, yeah.
So doing the one little word, it works a lot easier these days than it used to.
Golly, what did people do when they had records? Did they have to just sit there and change out that album every time?
Yeah.
Well, you
Pretty
didn't
much.
have. Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're making
did,
you're
yeah.
making that mixtape, yes, you would put the record on. And
No, I
you'd-
mean, even if you didn't have the ability to make a mixtape, because not everyone had the ability to record off
people
of a
didn't
record.
listen to it that way, or else you had 45s. You might have
Oh,
had a
yeah, you
stack
buy
of
the
45s.
singles,
Yeah, you'd buy the single, and then you could stack them up on your turntable,
There you
and it
go.
would just drop
That's
drop
right.
a 45, and play
That's
just that song, and
right.
drop another one, play that song,
That's cool.
or you'd go listen to the jukebox.
Yeah,
At the diner,
jukebox, and
yeah.
you just prepay for your songs.
Mhm. Well, you pay for them either way, no matter what
Well,
you do.
that's I mean, you just load up a bunch in a row. That way,
Yeah.
no one else squeezes their song in between yours.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever?
So
do
that
Amber?
actually was the
Yes.
ultimate beginning
At the
playlist.
Pizza
The
Hut.
jukebox was the first playlist right there. That was probably the first playlist
and a stack of 45s.
in a stack of 45s. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Come a long way, baby.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'll make a. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a spin again, and I'll make a pause.
We
Playlist.
should all do that for our one little word and share it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we can do that. When we
We
start
can
one little word
share
and
our playlist.
yeah,
That'd
that would be
cool.
good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably be
There-
in January sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's our homework. And then also our dear listeners, we want you to tell us your playlist too. Your
And if you
theme
have them
playlist.
shared, share the link to them so we
Yeah.
can hear. Yeah.
Check out our Facebook group and answer our poll and share your theme playlist with us.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
Definitely. So, what are we talking about next week?
Ooh, we're talking about one of my favorite subjects.
Our
what it is.
something we talk about all the time.
We're
Goals.
doing goals evaluation. So, it's coming up in the end of the year. So, we're going to reflect and look back at our goals and, talk about what we, kind of recap where we left off back in June, where we had like a mid-year check-in on our goals.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about what we're planning for next year. So, that's the exciting part.
We might talk about our one little words too.
Yeah.
right?
Probably,
I
I'm
mean, Kristen
sure.
already
Yeah,
gave
so
hers
tune-
away, but
yeah.
yeah.
Tune in
I know,
next
sorry, I
week.
spilled the beans.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say mine today, so you're gonna have to tune in next week so you can hear.
Me too.
About
It's
mine.
still
too.
December, so I'm.
It
still on
could
the table.
change. It could change. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we'd like to give special thanks to Cake Mix Studios and Creative Audio Tech for our equipment and our music. And we would love to thank our loyal listeners. Come
Yes,
give
yes,
us a
yes.
shout out, give us a like and share. Come tell us about your theme playlist. We want to hear more from our listeners.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and don't forget to check out our blogs too.
My blogs.
Cindy's blogs
What are
And-
blogs?
and my blog's coming up. Yeah, check out our website. Check out our blogs.
There will be blogs. There will
There-
be blogs.
And
There
our
will-
TikTok, our one TikTok,
Our one TikTok. Check out our TikTok also. Hey, I do TikToks. Okay,
She does TikToks. I see one every 6 months or
Like,
so.
Yeah,
and
every
sharing.
6 months. That's what the social media manager does. One every 6 months. Just,
I thought it was
just
set
like,
one every 6 minutes from some companies.
just like your graphics, Kristen.
Yeah. Yeah.
churning them
I
out.
think I'm
churn
the
and
only
burn
one
it.
doing any work over here. I got my blogs going. I got the podcast coming out. Hey,
Well, that's what the mother or the crone is for. I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
I know, right?
w-
I'm the only responsible.
cracking the whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only pretty much. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I guess the
With age
next time
comes
I talk to you
responsibility.
guys, I'm gonna be a married woman. Huh?
No. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No.
No,
No,
Almost.
nope.
almost not yet.
Nope. One more week.
Yep. We got one more episode.
Yep. Goals comes out before your wedding.
Oh, right. It's going to come out a few days before my wedding. Okay,
Yep.
never mind. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, and then the next one comes out like while you're on your honeymoon, right?
yeah, something like that. Okay, well, we will talk to you guys next week then.
All right. Bye.
Bye.